Adam is watched.
One it George back in the day was like, oh yeah, would you ever think about having guests? And then we ask him, and he's not even here. My mate's probably going to bring my tea up in a minute as well. He's sat there eating lamb burgers whilst talking about Kuroko and Basuke.
Lamb burgers?
Yeah, he's got at Christmas, because we tend just to eat like whatever, like in the house. And he was like, at Christmas, he's like, I'm getting a Jamie Oliver cookbook. And then I was like, alright. Because it's usually he'll do the cooking. I'll do it when I can be asked. But I'll like mainly do all the washing up and stuff. So like, he's saying the other day, he's like, right, we're doing the shopping. Is there what you want? And I was like, nah, not really, just get the usual. And he's like, well, I'm buying loads of stuff like to like prepare for the like cooking some stuff. I was like, alright. He's like, yeah, I'm doing lamb burgers. So alright. So
Ooh.
he's doing them to do.
It shouldn't make fun though. Like lamb on occasion can be nice. It all depends how it's prepared. It's like pork, especially depending on the type, can be just horrifically bad depending on.
Yeah, I totally get that. It's like when my mum made like lamb chops and stuff like that. It used to be nice, but it was nothing compared to my nana's lamb chops. My nana's lamb chops were absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's obviously some way they prepare it and everything like that, but like, yeah, my nana used to be a hell of a lot better at doing that.
Ooh. Can't be bad, but yeah.
Nearly just didn't have them in Skype.
I know, but the thing is, if he has a Vita, he could jump on, but...
Yeah. I don't have
no.
a Vita.
Of course he bloody don't. Of course he don't. He probably has a 3DS.
What does he watch anime on?
Definitely not a Vita. Even though it would look brilliant on a Vita, I might add.
It would, yeah.
That's the other thing that annoys me. It is the best screen ever created. Well, depending on your version.
Yeah, I got the original, so I got the OLED screen.
Giorgio Armani.
Aye.
Can add them in as you go along. So if anyone does show, we'll just start talking about it. It's all good.
Can do.
It's one of our things that I'm definitely looking more into as well at the moment. Like, even when I'm watching the basketball thing, the Japanese culture at the moment, I'm fascinated by the differences in how, like the attitude differences. And that's like a big, especially when you watch like sports shows and you see, when you think about sports in our country and the like, oh well, who cares, it's only a game. Whereas over in Japan, when you watch things and when you watch them playing like the World Cup and things like that, you genuinely get this feeling of like, it's do or die.
Yeah.
This is it. And I do like that. I like that. But at the same time, I kind of worry that when you see like all these encouragement things about how like the break into tears in the anime when they lose, it's like, whoa, just try again, bud. Learn from your mistakes. Don't like have an heart attack.
No, they can't do that because usually in anime they're in the last freaking year of high school, so that's why they're in tears, and they're never gonna play basketball ever again.
You're on about the latest episode there. The animation is so good on Kuroko's basketball.
Yeah, I really enjoy it as well. Yeah.
It's not even that complex though. It's just like really.
It's another one which it's really crisp. Like.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why, but that vanishing drive in one of the recent episodes, that was just was so well done.
It's sometimes like you notice I guess it's the frames drop in an anime, like when they're doing something, and that can really take away from the whole experience of it. Whereas in Kuroko and Basuke, they actually seem to put it seems odd that they put quite a lot of effort into the special moves of the characters when it's not really that much of an action type anime. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you'll watch something like I guess even One Piece and like Naruto and Bleach, where
Mm,
because they're trying to pump them out that quick, they kind of
yeah.
they cut out on some of it. It's like you read the manga, and it's I can remember definitely something with One Piece. I was reading the manga, and then obviously I was like, ah, holy shit, that's amazing! Like that move is gonna look so good in the anime. And then it came to it, and it was like it was when he was on Fishman Island, like in the manga, he like uses this absolutely awesome move which you've never seen before, like
Yeah.
a flaming like jet fist, like and like and then he uses it in the anime twice. Even though in the manga he uses it once to finish off the enemy, do you know what I mean? It's like it's supposed to
Yeah.
be that good of a move. He only uses it once, but then they try to pad out the episode so much in the anime. It's like it kind of takes the whole not hilarity, the whole like intensity of it away.
You know, they actually
Which
cut a
sucks.
lot out of it's Rakuzan and is it Shitaro? These names are so difficult to pronounce sometimes. Like, but basically the green-haired guy, what's his name again? Begins with an M.
Midorima.
Midorina, him versus Akashi. They cut out quite a bit of that match, you know, from the
Oh
manga.
really? I did want to
Yeah,
start reading it. It's kind of annoying that the manga isn't out over here. Like
yeah.
that's another one where I can remember tweeting to about a year ago now, tweeting to like all the anime publishers over here, like, it's like, is any of you guys gonna be picking up Kuroko Basket? It's like, no, not right now. It's the same with like Railgun. Like, the
Yeah.
guy on Twitter earlier was like, so is Railgun ever gonna be coming out over here? It's like Anime Limited, and it didn't get a response. It's like too rich. There must be something to do with the titles why they don't bring them out of here. But it's like it's
Well,
weird because
sports don't sell is the common business thing that everyone
yeah,
believes. But that said, like I posted in one of my blogs a while back,
but
Kuroko's basketball has about 1 million English-speaking followers on Facebook illegally.
really
So
nice.
to me, I mean, you bring out like I don't know, like let's like you know they bring out these like fodder pieces like Zelda and things like that or
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts and things and they sell a moderate amount because there's a big following you know for the games and things.
Mm,
Why aren't they looking at like I don't know why they don't use the statistics because surely they can
yeah.
justify getting it printed if a
Well,
few of those million have a guilty conscience and buy the title
yeah.
surely that were an investment.
It's weird as well because I've noticed in like America, they get the manga for Kuroko no Basuke, but it seems like all the covers are Japanese. So
All right.
I don't know if there's something that they do over in America where they get translated copies of it, but it's still Japan. I don't really know if that makes sense. If you know what I'm saying, like still Japanese, but it's English text on the inside of it. I don't know, but like they get that, and oh, George has just messaged on Facebook.
Yes, we are,
We
George.
are recording.
You can play this back, George, and you can feel bad, George.
Didn't realize the time. Are you recording now? Yep.
Uh,
But yeah, but surely they could, because like Crunchyroll sucks a bit this season because I was really hoping to be able to watch it on Crunchyroll every week, but
yeah,
Daisuke are the ones
that
which
was
have got
dumb.
it,
That one.
and Daisuke's pretty good, but at the same time they can be really annoying. Like I've had problems with playback, so I end up just watching it on another website because like if I can watch an anime when it comes out, yeah, that's great. But if the anime is stuttering or like playback ain't great, like I'll be watching it and then all of a sudden like the sound will be fine, but the video will be like stopping and then starting, stopping and starting, stopping and starting, and it's just like I can't watch this. Like yeah, sure
Yeah.
it's in 1080p, but there's some real problems here. Like Daisuke is really good as a platform, but they
Mm,
really need to iron out the problems because like I never had a problem. Well, sometimes I have problems with Crunchyroll, but I think that's mainly just down to my own internet.
yeah.
Because one of my friends was like, "Oh yeah, the video alert," and I was like, "Well, I've had that problem when I was at my parents' house but that was because I didn't have fibre optic and the internet was a bit crap. Whereas
Yeah,
now that
I've
moved
had problems
into
with
this place,
Crunchyroll, you know.
Yeah.
Like the same what you're saying about Daisuke, I've had that for Crunchyroll at 1080p.
Really?
Yeah. Used
Christ.
to do my head in, like, I thought at first, I'm like, is it Firefox being flaky? But no.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that obviously they can't get it right for every single like setting type in
No,
world.
yeah.
So, yeah. But I mean, they do it. Crunchyroll seems like your best chance, but
Oh, yeah.
they're losing this war, right? Because now everyone's into streaming. All the anime
Yeah.
companies in the world are like, well, we want our slice. So, like when they temporarily took Attack on Titan off of Crunchyroll, that were a bit weird.
Yeah, well, they did it with Fairy Tail as well. It's like they didn't tell anybody, and they just like I went to look for when the new cause, you know when like they had the hiatus on the anime.
Yeah.
I can remember looking on the website like I wonder like if I can go watch like how many episodes. I'm sure I was doing it for something on my news show, but like I went to look at how many episodes had been and everything was gone, and I was like, wait, what is going on here? Like, there was like 200 plus episodes of Fairy Tail on here. Why have they all just gone? And then you look into it, and Crunchyroll never mentioned anything about it, and everybody's going absolutely sick on the page where it's like, oh, we're bringing, like, you know, when there was like, oh yeah, we're going to be streaming the second season. Well, I guess it's kind of the second season. Like, and everyone's like, but where's the first season? I didn't finish watching it. Like, I want to finish watching the first season, but it's not on your website. And they didn't mention it literally until like 3 days before the new season started. It was like, oh, well, due to licensing, we had to get rid of it. It's like the whole thing that they had with Bleach, where they would only have like 50 episodes, like or something like that at a time on the website. I mean, I can totally get like why that is, so that people don't just like watch them for free, I guess. Hey, here he is.
Sorry, I'm late.
Giorgio Armani, worth the wait.
Aye. But is he worth the money? Good job we're not paying him.
Nah, nobody gets paid in this line of work. YouTube doesn't even pay you.
No.
Apparently, the YouTube AdWords thing now is so low, it's unreal.
No, yeah, well, apparently they took like 40% of it or something like that.
40% of not very much is like really bad.
Yeah.
So many people like PewDiePie made millions off of it, really. Like, you gotta be that kind
Oh
of
man, I cannot stand that dude. I know it's not nice to slag people off, but
Well,
he's just so damn irritating.
Yeah, but that's.
I think it's because I'm
apparently
over 20. I honestly
No,
think it's because I'm over 20.
Yeah,
that's
I mean-
his character.
what
apparently, in real life, he's not.
what I
Apparently, he's a really nice guy, but because he knows how to sell his brand, I guess. So he plays on that, which fair play to him if that's how you
he
get money.
captures he captures the demographic he aims for.
Yeah.
And I respect him for that. Like that's he knows who he's aiming for, and that's who he gets. So I mean he is getting paid too much, but good on him. Like,
well, he's built that from nothing though, so you can't really say to him like, yeah, calm the fuck down. Like, he's actually worked hard for it, so you can't.
But I can very easily say that I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I nearly had that. Oh, go on, Neil. Let's download it. Join in. We can have like 4 people on.
Yeah. But
yeah.
You nearly got replaced, George, by the way, with a younger model.
Yeah.
A new and improved model.
Right then, so should we get started? Properly get started then.
Yeah. But do it, Neil. It'd be funny. Can we call you Neil? Or does it have to be Nailish? Like, I don't allow people to call me Jay usually.
Jay. Why would someone call you Jay?
Oh, they do. It's like my childhood nickname. It's like, yo, Jay, what's up, bro? I'm like, I can't stand it. It's like, some people call me that long, though. It's not like I could turn around and go, oh, don't call me that anymore.
It's like, I mainly just get called Alex. Not many people call me Al, unless, like, I think my sister is the only person that does that, but obviously I call her, my sister's name's Ellie, and I just call her Elle. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, Alan L. I mean, just easier rather than saying full names. Then all my mates just call me Tanz or Tanza. So just call me by my last name.
Just call you Mean Mugman now. I can't. It distracts me, that photo. You know, I'm looking at it like, what's this guy's problem? Constantly throughout the thing. Just can't handle it. And then I see George as bloody Tokyo golfing, and I think, boo boo bee boo, so
There we go.
upsetting.
Shall I change it to something more relevant?
You literally would as well, honestly. Peer pressure you into it.
There we go. I've changed my profile picture on Skype to something more relevant.
I'm on a Vita. Do you really think that the Apple refresh
That's
that
a
quickly?
very good point. Jesus. Well, if I can overlay Skype for like 2 seconds, I can show you. Where is it on the thing? There it is. It's right at the bottom. So if I put that at the top, oh, that's just the Skype logo. That is not right. That's not what I wanted. Can I?
Well, yeah, but your online ID's nailish, in all fairness. Some people want to keep. I know some people want to keep themselves mysterious. They don't want real life seeping into their anime life. It's like me trolling under my real name. In hindsight, probably wasn't the best idea I've ever had.
Yeah, that probably didn't work out too well.
I think I've got some of the best things that I've done on Twitter has to be the argument with Don Cheadle were hilarious. The Del Boy photo to Anime Limited after competed failures to deliver a product to her. That were a good one.
No, it's not showing my my Skype picture. I don't know how to get that. Damn it, dynamic view. What's that? Normal view. No, it doesn't do that. Full screen. That's exit full screen. Nah, that adds a bit of that work. Oh, just delete that then. But yeah, so you guys ready? Kick things off properly. Guess we'll start with introductions. Hi guys, welcome to the AlexD and JamieMe podcast. We finally properly started since George has decided to turn up. So yeah, I'm Alex, or AlexD Tans, whatever. We've got JamieMe or Jamie Evans with us.
It's JamieMe. I'm trying to hide my real identity like a proper anime fan.
Fair enough. And then we've got George, our infamous villain.
Yeah, hello.
And today we're going to be talking on the AD and JM podcast. Talking about Kuroko Basuke. So we're about 30 minutes in now. Me and Jamie talking about random stuff. So I apologise for that.
Everyone loved the bit on why won't Japan give us more stuff.
So yeah, we're gonna kick things off right now and talk about Kuroko Basuke. So yeah, it's currently in its 3rd season of anime. It's available on daisuki.net and Crunchyroll, but Crunchyroll, is it 1 or 2 weeks behind? I think it's just a week, isn't it?
I think it's 2.
Is it 2 weeks?
It might be.
I can't remember. But
It
yeah,
might be 1 week. I'm not sure.
So you've got 2 places to watch it on. Obviously, Daisuki is free, and if you make an account, you can watch it in like 720, 1080p. So it's a pretty good place to watch it on, but it can be a bit crap sometimes. So yeah, that's where you can watch the anime on, and I guess our thoughts on it. It's one of my favorite anime. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy it. I didn't expect this was the very first sports anime that I actually made an effort to watch because I thought it looks pretty cool. I'll give it a watch, and I was hooked on it. At the end of every episode, when it ends on a freaking cliffhanger, I'm literally like falling off my seat because it's like.
Did your lack of a physical presence put you off getting involved in sports anime to begin with, or? Because I can't imagine you've ever kicked a football, held a basketball.
Oh no, I have. But
what, really?
Yeah, I used to be. The thing that I really despise sports for now is because I was kind of forced to bringing up some horrible childhood memories right here, Jamie. I'm gonna start crying in a minute. I've been brought up in a family which is like my mum and dad. Well, my dad, like even my sister plays football. Like, so I've kind of been brought up around a family which really likes football. So when I was younger, I always felt the need to try and fit in, and this is my like psychological like analysis on it. Like try and fit in. So I say like football when I kind of really didn't.
This isn't going to be like Naruto, where it goes on literally forever about how terrible his life's been.
Yeah, and I'm going to have like 5 episodes of fillers with flashbacks, if that's alright. So no, I don't think that was the case why I was always put off sports anime. I just didn't think that they was going to be that good. So I never thought about watching any of them or reading. And then obviously I saw Kuroko. I think it was I saw the trailer for Kuroko no Basuke, and I was like, I'm going to give this a try. And obviously, like any anime, it kind of starts off a little slow because you're not really getting into the action straight away. And then started getting into it because I think there was 5 episodes out when I started watching it. I don't think I started watching it straight away. And then obviously they get into the matches, and I was like, holy shit, this is pretty intense. And then I got Josh into it as well. I was like, no, you need to watch this sports anime. It's fucking fantastic. And like he really likes it as well. And then it kind of opened up like watching. I haven't watched many. Like I've watched Haikyuu, and that's really good.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I've watched about 11 episodes of that.
Yeah, and I'm watching Yaramashi Pedal now as well, and that's really good. I really enjoy that. It's like intense road racing, and I don't know. Maybe it's just like the adrenaline that gets pumping. Like when you watch them, you actually get really into them, like more than what you do with say like One Piece or like any other like kind of action anime where you can really get into them, but majority of the time because they are so full with fillers and just trying to extend it out more than they have to, it kind of ruins the anime. Whereas sports anime kind of just put in what they need to, and it works really well.
I mean,
I suppose it'd be easier to go on, Jim.
No. You feel free.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think probably the main reason for like filler or they're in sports is because you.
Oh, we ain't lost him, have we? Jesus Christ!
That's why I was letting him have a wording. So it's valuable time.
You there, George?
What? Hello?
Are you there?
Hello?
We just lost you for about 30 seconds, so we didn't hear a word of what you just said.
Oh, no.
You sound like you're eating your mic as well.
What? I'm using the same mic I used last time. It's probably my internet.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm upgrading to fibre optic next week.
Oh,
it's probably just covering Mike enough, and it'll look like he's disconnected and he can leave.
Yeah. So.
Oh, sorry guys. I'll join you next week.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh god, we're not having luck today. He's keeps cutting out.
Man down. Yeah, we get it. Hello.
Yeah, my Skype was just no internet connection, so I think my internet is being a bit dodgy.
Fair enough. I think you're alright now. If you can remember what you said, repeat what you said.
Yeah. I was just saying. I think the reason for kind of lack of filler in sports anime is because they can kind of drag out the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing because you're getting a really awesome match, more, better scenes and stuff.
Yeah. And they can kind of play on
also
each
means you
character
don't
as
have
well.
filler.
I guess the expand is the way of looking at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whereas when you've got Naruto and One Piece and things, it's very strict. They can't do anything that'll risk the plot.
Yeah, they have to be careful, don't they? Yeah.
I think the only things that they've done with Kuroko's basketball is they've added a few half episodes in where it's things like they've added interviews in, or like they had a really weird episode as well where it were about showering together, and that were like proper peculiar. I were a bit annoyed with that. I was like, oh, come on, you know, you're
You
better
was
than
annoyed
this.
with it. All them
Yeah,
hot male bods.
yeah.
I'm surprised.
well,
You like grappling, don't you?
Oh, look at him. That's the very stereotypical thing of grappling.
I'm just throwing a little dig out from the whole lolly stuff that you threw at me the other week. So,
Yeah, you throw a dig, I'll throw you.
Oh god, you're not going to Comic Con in October, are you? I best be careful.
Watch it turn out to be some proper straight up ninja.
I'll be going as Naruto.
And you'll have about 1 million shadow clones of everyone else dressed same.
Yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean. Like things like that are kind of irritating, but they throw them in because they can. So why not?
Yeah.
And it'll get the. I don't know the whole like female to male ratio of like viewers who watch it, but I assume there'll be more female, so they throw it in just to appease them. So.
This isn't free we're talking about.
No, but the anime is pretty fantastic for what it is.
I've never even watched it, in all fairness.
It's quite good. Mainly just because it's not. It doesn't seem like your typical anime of like, oh, I just like some like love interest that I'm swimming for and stuff like that.
Is it like about feelings though? That's the vibe I got.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, it's more like.
Yeah, I'm out.
Very. Gets pretty. I'm trying to think of the word without sounding really like disrespectful and things like that. It gets pretty. No, that's not the right word either. I've got to be careful, otherwise I'm going to be offensive. Like it's very much anime about guys like and their feelings. So it gets pretty. I guess is it yaoi is the kind of way to describe it, but not as hardcore. It's pretty softcore.
Well, you know, I don't get the big problem with that kind of thing. How like that, we went into detail about that voice actor that time getting offended by that.
Yeah.
Ironically, I believe he's actually working on Free now, so go figure.
Yeah, but that was like that. I think they did that anime just to be a little bit different, and there was nothing like that on the market. Like it's very much like anime. Like I guess they tried to cater for the masses, so it's mainly guys in it, like watching it. So when they did something like that, I think it was Kyoto Animation, which I love their work. Anyway,
the Nailish asks, is it a male K-on?
Kind of, yeah. I guess that, but with swimming. I guess that's a good way to explain it.
I've never watched K-on, just for the record.
That's pretty good. Very moe.
I mean, like, I don't get it. I can't watch things about feelings. Like, the most like heartfelt thing I've ever watched is Breaking Bad.
I've just finished watching Game of Thrones season 4, so that was pretty
nice.
That's pretty feels intense at the end of that last episode. Jesus Christ!
You'll never sit on a toilet the same again.
Spoilers. Jesus.
I didn't say anything about it. It could have just been a really grotty toilet. You never know.
But yes, I guess like
I know that'd be a deal breaker for me, in all fairness.
But
wash my hands a thousand times.
Getting back onto Kuroko, because we've veered off a bit. But I was actually. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Since I've just told you mine.
Should we let George go before his internet breaks?
Yeah, I guess probably.
Is it working all right?
Yeah.
Right, I when I started Kuroko, well, almost it will be a year in May, I think, and it kind of screwed me over in my exams last year.
Excellent.
Because because I started watching I think the second season like like 2 days before my politics exam, and I finished the season in both days and was up till like one the day of my exam
That
just
sounds
watching
something
it.
like I do.
So yeah, it's very good. I really liked it. Obviously, it is a bit, well, no, not a bit. It's very unrealistic in the
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
that they all have these unique powers, but it is just such a fun show to watch.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, I think it's great. I like where the new season's going as well. Um, and looking forward to the end of it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No, yeah,
pretty much.
that last match is basically the last matches of every season are always the like. I mean, season
Yeah,
one, I believe, is it? No, it wasn't season one, was it? It was season two where they didn't get to the final, did they? If I
No.
remember correctly, and it
Yeah.
ended up being Kisei versus
yeah,
Ayumin, and that was like one
Yeah.
of the best moments in
Yeah, I
anime
really
ever.
like that. That was a really good like the animation on it was absolutely
You
fantastic and
genuinely
it's
didn't know we were going to win that one
yeah,
as
you
well, which
really
were
didn't
really good.
know. It was so intense, like just full on intense and it was pretty crazy watching it because you just like your mouth like my mouth was just open all over. I was like, holy shit, this is
Mm,
really good. Like it's kind of like the experience you want from anime, like
yeah,
a lot of anime, but a lot of the times you don't get it. Like when you read the synopsises for all the anime, like when they, cause obviously every season they have like people make lists of all the anime, like and like what the plots are about and stuff, and you read them and you read some of them and you're like, this sounds really good, and you watch it and it's just your typical
yeah.
someone with abilities like and they've got like three female characters that fancy them and it's just it's not it doesn't some of them do turn out to be really good but other ones are just really bad and it's pretty much just a clone of something else like
Yeah.
and when like I'm watching Kuroko, like maybe it's just because I haven't watched many other sports anime but I haven't seen anything like that intense from like I don't know. Like you see it a bit more with older like Naruto and One Piece and Bleach episodes where the fight scenes are pretty damn
Yeah.
intense, and nowadays they don't they just seem to like cut between other characters' fights and things like that, and you don't want that in the middle of a like in the middle of the episode. It's like when that I guess fight scene was happening between Aomine and Kagami, like they didn't like it was very much about them two characters like
Yeah.
fighting it off like
yeah,
one on one. Like you didn't really see any of the other characters other than them just standing back and going, "Oh shit, we best keep out of this." Like, but yeah, I, it was pretty intense that episode.
I mean, I pretty much think that Kuroko's basketball is like it's one of the few like sports titles that's really transcended its tag that does it over. It's like when you're a sports title, you're not meant to breach the West, but Western fans love it.
Yeah,
It's like Free is the only other example I can think of where it's kind of like that's breached it. But I don't know. I think that Kuroko's basketball, if you were ever gonna take a chance on a sports manga in
yeah,
particular, that'd be the one that you'd go for because it is so damn popular and it's
yeah,
just good. Then again, though, I say that, but like I don't understand why. I mean, for you guys, the logical next step, in my opinion, would be to read Real for a
real.
very gritty, like disabled basketball storyline.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before. I think.
Yeah, I mean that'd be something I'd highly suggest because you've obviously got a taste for that kind of action now
Yeah,
and high stakes, and
yeah,
that brings the personal element into it a
yeah.
lot more.
Well, it's like I noticed like one of the things that I really like with Kirk and Basque is like the whole thing. Like I constantly expect some. Well, how are they gonna like play on these characters' abilities?
Yeah,
Like mainly with Kuroko, it's like okay, so this is his ability, like, and then it was like so everybody kind of knows what he can do now. So how can he go one up? And then when he lands the vanishing shoot, like that was
Yeah.
like, oh Christ, like this character who can't like shoot a hoop for shit. Like he's trained himself. Like he's been working his ass off. Like it's like when the coaches, I can't remember her name, when her dad's like says like he's got it worse off because he's gonna hit a wall, and unless he can find a way to get over that wall, he's not gonna get like the Generation Miracles. Like yeah, sure they are the really good characters and they've got like the ability and the talent, but like if they hit their wall, they like it's going to be difficult for them to overcome it because they can't. That is their ability. You know what I mean? And they've got to try and find a way to play on that ability to make them better. Like, and that's where kind of like Kagami comes in because he's like,
Yeah.
it's this character which is kind of part of the Generation of Miracles, but from somewhere else, and like all the other characters are like, kind of like, oh yeah, you're not like us. Like, it was really stuck up about it, and then obviously Kagami's come out of nowhere and been like, yeah, you guys need to calm the fuck down. You're not as good as you think you are. And then I actually really enjoy the fact that some of the like the characters like are in a later year in high school in the anime as well. They seem to like they have the experience to deal with these characters, like some of these characters like that have the talent. So it's like not just only Kagami that can beat him. Some of the like older characters like stop being so stuck up. Like yeah, sure you might have the talent, but you don't have the experience. Which
My favourite character is actually Kiyoshi Teppei. He's by far my favourite character.
Oh yeah, I love
the
him.
season dedicated to him were just my absolute favourite.
It was really good.
Yeah.
When you were getting battered by everyone, like, oh, this is personal now. Yeah.
Like you don't realize how like you wouldn't think that a basketball anime would be as brutal as that season was, but when that douchebag character was just constantly like they was all just constantly trying to hit him, it was like holy shit, this is quite brutal. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then
it's not
I guess
on you. Like the thing is, though, that kind of behaviour in sports, in
that
like,
will happen. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you see it all the time when you go to these little like grappling gyms and MMA gyms all over the country. People with a bit of an attitude towards each other, and before you know it, a friendly game turns into something more. Like one of the things that I identified, you remember they went into it recently again, the Kagami and Kisei like little one-on-one that they had.
Yeah.
Like I saw something like that happened in real life once, and it was just absolutely awesome. My friend, who at this point in time one of the biggest like names in like the younger scene of MMA in country.
Yeah.
Me and him were at a gym. We'd done like a workout and things. He'd just shown me some like the grappling. I was like really, really green at that point. I didn't even know anything about it. And this like guy comes in, and James is like, "Oh, that guy over there, he's like a black belt at jiu-jitsu." And I'm like, "Oh, sweet." And before you know it, they get talking, and like he goes, "Oh, do you fancy just having a roll before you go?" And one guy's dressed in jeans, and he's like, "Do you have your gear?" And he's like, "Nah." And he goes, "Oh, I'm all right like this if you are." And he's like, "All right, sure." And they went at it for about 5 minutes, and then there was just a natural stopping point, and they both were like, "Yeah, that were good. That were good." And I was just like gobsmacked at the side, like, "Oh my god, the reflexes, the like stuff that they were trying." I like, Jesus Christ, that were intense. And the best bit was though, the guy were there with the youth offenders thing where he basically takes youth offenders to train, and they were all watching, so it were awesome. What he did to like set the stage was so funny. He says to one of these guys like, "Oh, you're probably not even that hard," and he goes, "Go on then, go." He goes like, I'll give you permission to like you can throw punches and anything right now, and I'll get you to the floor and I'll keep you there, but you have to stop after I do that. And he did it, and it was just so funny. Like wow, that's how you learn that respect on the streets.
Yeah.
And there we have it, Jamie's grappling story for the week. Yeah, overall, I mean, my opinion on the show is that it's really well told. The animation's always fun. I think fun's the vibe you get from it consistently. It doesn't try to be anything other than what it is. It's not like trying to be overly dramatic. It's very it's almost cheesy in some ways.
Yeah.
But in such a fun way that it's very enjoyable. It reminds me of what it felt like to watch Dragon Ball Z in the 90s.
Yeah,
It genuinely
I
does.
totally get that. Like every now and then, like I'll find an anime that I really enjoy, and I look forward to it every single week. I like the last, like when I started watching like it's thinking when I say like Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. When I started watching them, like and you've got the backlog of episodes, so you can just keep watching it and keep watching it, and it makes you want to keep watching it. And then like it sounds weird, but like you get that there's like a gut feeling of like I don't know if it's nostalgia or what way, like this is really good. I want to keep watching that. And the last thing I got it on was I think Kuroko no Basuke was one of them, but like I had never watched Hunter x Hunter. It had been on for about a year at this point. And Josh said to me, "You need to watch Hunter x Hunter. It's really good." And I was like, "Eh." Like I was seeing it on the website pop up, every week, like Hunter x Hunter episode 20, episode 30, like. But I never thought to watch it. And then when I eventually got around, because he was like nagging at me that much to watch it, and I started watching it, and I'm sure I was like 54 episodes, like to watch.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't stop watching it until I was caught up, and I was like, "This is really good." Like, I hadn't watched the 20. Was it the 2011
the New Year remake?
Yeah, I hadn't seen the previous anime, but I know it wasn't as long as they made the newer season. But the 2011 season, even though they extended some of the episodes and the content, it didn't feel like they did. Like they did a really good job of. I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't read the manga or like watch the original, but they did a really good job of keeping the timing of everything, like making it still feel really intense, and just like the characters were so well portrayed in it. Like I totally felt like that's how they would, act and things like that. And that's another Shonen Jump title, which it's saddening to know like the guy who writes it. Even though he's kind of set up this whole new story, he just keeps going on hiatus for whatever reason. It might be health reasons. He might legitimately be like a really sickly guy, but it's just annoying. Like if that was the case, I'd have rathered him leave
Has
it.
Has there ever been a fat mangaka? Because
I don't know.
With the amount of work that they do, I kind of get the feeling there never has been.
No, they really wet their asses
off.
Probably has been.
But
there was it's kind of off topic, sorry, but there was an article I saw the other day about someone, I think from America, had gone over to Japan to become an animator, and he was just talking about how bad the working conditions are, how bad the pay is. It's a nice job to have, really.
Well, it's like if you guys watch Bakuman,
yeah,
that is probably a really good like. I can imagine that's pretty damn spot on of what it's like to be like a mangaka and things like that. Because that if it's as rough as like it is in that anime manga, then you really gotta feel sorry for him. Like
someone's come up with a fat mangaka, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fat. I can officially confirm that it's fat. Oh my god, it's the High School of the Dead dude, is it? Am I wrong here?
Yeah, I've just checked on
yeah, it is as well. It had to be. I'll never escape that as a reference. Carl Williams. Don't you think that his name stands out? Sorry, that's a bit of a niche comment. He'll get it. Anyway, but yeah, obviously this is not the last you'll see of Kuroko's basketball. I don't know if you guys know, but there's another manga being produced.
Yeah, they're doing a
sequel.
Yeah,
is it street basketball, is it?
Oh, you've spoiled it! I'll cry! I was saving that as a surprise.
Oh, sorry.
That does sound good. I'll just leave that one at that, but that does sound good, so
Yeah, it does sound
yeah.
really good actually. I
Yeah,
guess that'd be a
'cause
good way for him to bring in
yeah, I mean, Iomine
older
has to be
characters.
in that, has
Oh
to be
yeah,
in
yeah.
it.
It'd be really interesting if they actually have a team based around a couple of like the Generation of Miracles and like Kagami and Kuroko and stuff, because that'd be really interesting to see, like them working together kind of thing. And then obviously there's other guys which are fucking awesome, like the fighting games and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to because obviously when the anime ends, you can just skip straight. You could go straight to this new storyline, so that'll
Yeah.
be cool.
Did you put
It'll
ketchup
obviously
on
get made into
this?
an anime eventually, but yeah, awesome. I don't
What's the
know.
sauce?
Are you guys still there?
Yeah, yeah, one sec.
No, man. I thought that'd cut out then.
He said he forgot until it was too late.
Hello.
Alright.
Hello, I thought I cut out then.
No, I'm just sorry. I muted my microphone because I was talking to one of my housemates. Uh, yeah, it's. But it sounds like I'm actually really looking forward to that. And so, does the anime end pretty soon? Then, like, is this gonna be the last season before all that? Or...
Yeah,
Right.
this will be the last season. I'm pretty sure it will be, to be honest.
Yeah.
That does mean 25 episodes, though.
Yeah. Well, what are they at now? Like 10.
Yeah, I mean that
I think
sounds
10. Does
sounds
10
about
come out
right.
on Saturday? I think.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Thing win this match. I mean, it's so obvious, but oh well. Seren will win this match, and then it's going to be Akashi versus
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that
Rakuzan.
match.
Yeah. Can't wait for him to lose. Honestly, it does me head in that Akashi. Yeah, sometimes I think like they could benefit his character a little bit by not going too heavy on the
Well,
"I am absolute."
yeah, but that's his character, I
Yeah.
guess. But like I'm hoping what they do is like, because Kisei's kind of used his ability.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping Kagami's like, don't work on me anymore, bitch. Like Kisei shouldn't have used it. Like, like I got
Wouldn't it
used
be
to it
funny
'cause
if
of,
like the last episode it's like there's a zone. Level 2. Ah! You're like...
This is how we play on the street.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or maybe like one of them just goes into like there's a Iomine says, "Oh yeah, we can't have this Emperor's Eye anymore," so they go and give him a black eye before game. Make it fair. It's like, see out that, you little bitch.
But yeah, really enjoyed the anime. Like, and I think Haikyuu starts up again, doesn't it? In April.
I need to watch more of that. It was good. I mean, the first episode were excellent of Haikyuu. It was quite heartfelt because, like, I mean, when I was younger, I had that same situation where I just wanted to do martial arts as a kid all the time, like just anything. I'd have done anything, but the clubs just never opened around by me, and you know, it was unfortunate, really. But I didn't have that kind of dedication where I went and got mates and tried to train ourselves. I've done that in my older years, but it was nice to see that kind of storyline of someone who didn't have access to the sports but did it anyway.
Well, yeah, because he was like playing with the girls and stuff like that, wanting to get better, bless him, and it was quite. Yeah, I enjoyed that. And when he was like went to that tournament, and even though he lost on his like first game, he was like,
yeah,
like
right,
all the other characters was like, all his mates were like, well, we've got to try because look at him, he's like really trying hard, like he wants to score, like, and yeah, it was really thingy and like really heartfelt, and I actually really enjoyed that because it was like, this is a character that really wants to play volleyball, but he's got no one to play with, kind of thing. So he's kind of just brought his own little team. He's like, yeah, I know we probably won't win, but I just want to try. Like,
Yeah, I worry about these emotional storylines with you, though. Like, bring up another unfortunate memory.
Nah, it's just football.
That's what I'm gonna do if I ever meet you at one of these shows. I'm gonna bring that football from Castaway for you.
Well, sir.
Yeah. Uh, dearie me. But I don't know. Is there anything else that's happened this week that we can talk about?
Actually, today, if we
I do feel.
get onto
Go
the
on.
news section, MVM Entertainment announced 6 hours ago. Well, I think it was 6 hours ago. They announced the other day that they're going to be bringing out Lull in the Sea, Nagi no Asuka, I think it's called.
The hell is that?
It's an anime.
Go
I think
on.
it was on Crunchyroll. Let me just get the synopsis up. Yeah, there we go. Nagi no Asukara, A Lull in the Sea. The synopsis: long ago, all humans lived in the ocean, but some who longed for land abandoned the ocean, casting off the special raiments that granted them the ability of the god of sea, which allowed them to live under the ocean. And it's actually, I really enjoyed this title. It was quite hello. It's kind of another like moe kind of one, so you probably wouldn't be that interested in it. But I really enjoyed it, and MVM Entertainment announced that they are going to be bringing it out on Blu-ray and DVD, but they announced today that they are going to be bringing it out in like a special collector's edition, which I am actually quite surprised at. I didn't think this would be a title that they'd do that with. So,
Yeah, well, MVM have a bit of a sorry. They have
Yeah.
a track record of every now and then doing that. They did it with Fate Zero, didn't they?
yeah. So what you're getting it, it's like 1,000. They're only doing 1,000 of these like special editions, and you'll get the 3 discs of the anime, including Japanese and English dubs, a hardcover art book, 2 soundtrack CDs, which sounds like a lot. Like that'll be the full soundtrack of the anime, and then a special edition box.
I think that George is dying in the
I
background.
was gonna say there, George.
I'm still here.
You've been missing for a while. They haven't announced how much it's gonna be yet and when it's actually coming out, but they said they're gonna bring it out on the website and like Amazon and stuff pretty soon. So I'm gonna snap up a copy of that. But yeah, so that was like a 26 episode season where the first like 12 or something episodes were like when they was a bit younger, and then the 12 episodes after was like some of the characters are older, and because some stuff happens, and like some of them are older and some of them are still the same age as what there was in the first half. So obviously it's to do with gods of ocean, so there's some kind of magic behind it and stuff. But, yeah, so that was a really good anime series, so it's good to see it coming out on Blu-ray and DVD. Have any of you guys watched From the New World? Shinsekai Yori?
No, isn't that one with
No.
girl with cardigan that everyone bangs on about?
Maybe.
Possibly. Hold on, I'll Google it.
Yeah,
I get the
Shinsekai
feeling this is going to be another
Yori.
feelings.
Well, kind of, but it was actually a really interesting idea. It was about people
No, I
living
don't
in the
think it is,
future.
Nah.
5 kids living in the future. The story begins when they're 12 years old and set in their lives at an advanced school to learn the cursed power of telekinesis. So pretty much the story of this is like modern day, like now, present day. Some kid just kind of awakens the ability to use telekinesis and like goes on a rampage because it sends him insane and kills loads of people. And that kind of like starts World War III of people fighting over the like these kids that can use telekinesis, and then obviously that's like they found that out like later on, like the 5 main characters found that out a bit later on, and then like because it plays on the subconscious and stuff like that, and like so some people can't control it, so they've built these all around the world like. The characters think they're the only humans that are alive still, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they like the adults try who can use telekinesis, like try to like teach the kids how to like use the power without them, going insane kind of thing, and like the power like overtaking them. And it's really good. And then there's all this kind of like, well, if we can use telekinesis, what's happening to the world around us? Like things are changing because of this latent ability. Like we don't know. Like there's like these mole rats, which are basically they've become like they can talk and they've got armies and stuff like that because the ability to like the telekinesis, it's kind of like giving off like a radiation effect, so it's like mutating things around people without them properly realizing what it's doing. And then it gets onto the fact that like these things become clever enough to actually use weapons and create armies, and like they're a threat against humans and things like that. It's actually a really good story. The anime apparently portrays the like, because it's originally a light novel, it plays like it portrays it really well. Like the anime portrays the light novel really well, but the manga, they changed that to be more appealing to a certain audience. So if you look at the like the anime like artwork, all the characters look pretty normal. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing like outlandish about them or anything like that. Whereas if you look at the front cover of the first volume of manga, the main character who stood at like the front of the like the anime picture,
George, you can't wait to have a look.
It looks nothing like the character in the manga, which they've made it to be a lot more like fan servicey, which kind of saddens me because this is actually a really good story, and to then do that to that, I guess that's how they sell copies of it in like Japan and stuff. So,
oh dearie me.
But which is a shame, but.
Thinking of a good question that we could all answer. Like now, thinking if you had like an unlimited supply of money, and you've got two things that you can do with this money. You can remake one anime, and you can fund a manga that's never had an anime before. Which two would you choose?
Ooh.
Now I'll go first while you have a think. So, for me, if I had to fund an anime. Oh, now, see, this is difficult because I've got two choices now. Because it'll never get made, I'd choose...
Is he gone? Yep.
Hello, Jamie.
They choose the anticipation.
I thought he was just leading up to a it's building the suspense.
Yeah, I thought he was, but no, he's gone.
Oh, his battery's died.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, my battery died.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that, but yeah, because it'll never get made. I'd probably go with All Rounder Maguru with Gamma second. If I had to remake an anime, it'd be Soul Eater, I reckon. Because,
yeah, I would actually. Yeah, I agree with Soul Eater on that one.
Yeah, it deserves the FMA treatment, does Soul Eater.
Like, I enjoyed the anime, but like the ending was like, yeah, you can totally tell they're copping out on it.
I don't know. I thought the ending wasn't that. I mean, as an anime that didn't stick to the manga, I think it's the best one that's ever been done.
I enjoyed the facts where, I guess it's not really spoilers because the manga's completely different. But in the anime, I enjoyed the fact that because... oh, Jesus, how have I forgot her name?
The thing is, though, they did chicken out on some of the Black Star stuff, which is unfortunate.
Oh, what's the name? What's the main character's name?
Mika.
Mika, that's one, yeah. It irritated, like...
Maka.
Maka, yeah, Maka. I enjoyed the fact that it was like, well, because her mum's a Meister and her dad's a weapon, like, she can use both. Like, it was like a latent ability that she didn't know that she had, and she could only use it when she was, like, unconscious kind of thing. I really enjoyed, like, that whole
the first half of that last episode were incredibly intense.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
It just kind of, like, the ending irritated me a tiny bit because of the way they played it off. It's like, oh, I've got strength and my friend's behind me, and it's just like, nah.
You watch Naruto and you're saying that? Are you serious? You watch One Piece and you're saying that?
Well, no, because they don't beat them with the power of just one little punch. of friendship. They actually use force.
No, they drag it out for 10 episodes
Yeah, I
for
guess.
friendship.
Well, that's kind of like the thing that they did at the end of the Solitaire anime is kind of what they did at the end of Naruto Ultimate Revolution 2, I think it was. Like because the anime and the manga wasn't as far as long. Naruto beats Toby the masked guy with a punch of friendship, and like it's like a really weak little punch, but like it beats him. But obviously that doesn't actually happen in the anime and manga. But yeah, I would really love to see that get redone. That is actually one that every time I go in HMV and stuff and I see it, I was like, it's not on Blu-ray, otherwise I buy it.
That's another one where in America that is on Blu-ray.
That irritates the hell out of me because it's still really expensive on DVD. I was like, if that came out on Blu-ray and was 30, 40 quid, I would probably buy it because because it's on DVD. I was like, I don't want to pay that much for a DVD. Like, it's not bloody worth it. But yeah, in terms of manga that I'd actually like to see get turned into an anime, let's have a look. I don't really read that much which isn't anime. I started reading Assassination Classroom before that became an anime, but that's got it now. UQ Hall is pretty good. Like, Seraph of the End is actually getting an anime, so...
I don't know what made me read that. I'd read the first chapter when it came out, and
I guess
the first few.
Siren. I'd really love to see an anime of that.
Yeah, I've not fully read that yet, but it does seem like something that would benefit from an anime.
Yeah,
I think.
I
think that the anime could be good.
Yeah, it's weird that it actually hasn't because it's quite old now. Like it finished quite a few years ago, didn't it? So it's.
Then again, though, as we said last time, what you call it got an anime. Come on. The thing with the eyeball.
Oh, Parasite.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
That got one. So there is hope.
Yeah.
But it was just a victim of the big three with Siren. It didn't do enough to like hang with those titles in terms of numbers, but it still did okay enough to warrant the amount of volumes that it got. But ultimately, it was cancelled because it just didn't reach the levels that they thought it were.
Yeah,
that they wanted.
Fair, it kind of if it did did it actually get cancelled then?
Yeah,
it's like, to be fair, the guy did a really good job of wrapping everything up and like ending it where he did, because I got a feeling like if he actually carried that on, it would have ended up like Naruto and stuff, where they're just trying to do way too much with it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Things, sometimes it's good that things get cancelled and they have to like kind of end them and things like that, because they actually end up being better than like what they would if they carried on doing them. So
yeah, George, what were your thoughts on the?
Well, if I could remake an anime, it might not count because the second season hasn't finished airing, but I would remake Tokyo Ghoul.
How can you remake Tokyo Ghoul? It's been out 10 minutes.
because they're completely messed up on the first season.
All right.
I don't know where they're going. So I would rather them just in maybe a couple years do a reboot of it, give it like 50 episodes or something around that mark, and
what do you think they're going to be doing
adaptation.
with the third season? It's going to be
I
a
don't.
remake.
I
of
mean,
the
it all
second
depends.
season.
It all depends where this season ends. Really, I mean, if they end it in a way that they can do the sequel, then they'll probably just head on to that. But then they might just do a anime only season 3 as well and go completely anime only, which I hope they don't do, because this season hasn't been amazing. But as long as it's, I mean, if we are getting something Tokyo Ghoul animated, I'll be happy.
I feel bad about Tokyo Ghoul because, like, the first season, I look forward to it every single episode, whereas the second season, I don't know what it is about it, but I am, like, 2 or 3 episodes behind. Like, I don't find myself looking forward to watch it. Maybe it's just because of the availability as well. Like, I find it a lot easier to watch anime if I can watch it on a website. Like, it sounds thingy, but I don't like pirate as much as I kind of used to, which is a good thing. Like, I'd pay for the services and stuff like that, but like, obviously, you can't watch Tokyo Ghoul the second season on anything like when it comes out. Whereas the first season,
I think it's on Animax, but
it
that's
is on
like
Animax,
2 weeks behind, isn't it? Or
Animax
behind.
are really peculiar because you never know when they're going to put the episodes out. They put them out whenever they feel like it.
Yeah,
So,
like I had a subscription for them.
Yeah,
that's
what irritates me about it. Like, if I knew the episode was going to be coming out like on a Thursday every single week, I would watch it, but I shouldn't have to keep checking your website every hour just to see if it's out or not. And then it turns out it's just going to come out on the Monday. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
exactly.
I mean, what
got on my nerves as well is that I was paying because it's quite expensive for what you're getting because like Crunchyroll's cheaper, isn't it, or the same price, but you're getting so much more.
Yeah,
and
I sent them an
even
email.
on Animax, you've still got ads on the videos.
Yeah,
like, I was using the PS3 app, and I was sitting down to watch something.
Wow, really?
But an ad comes, and I was just like, I'm paying what £5 for this.
Yeah,
and I still got to sit through ads. Like,
I sent them an email when the first
George has come to life with emotion.
When the first announced the service to the UK, I sent them an email. I was like, look, just to try and find out, are you gonna be doing any yearly subscriptions and stuff? Because I was like, I was comparing them to Crunchyroll straight away because I was like, there is no way they're gonna get away with this if they're not doing a pretty good deal. And it's like, you're charging £7. I mean, it's gone down now, but you're charging £7 a month for not that much stuff, and it's all Animax's stuff was stuff that you could actually buy in the UK, at the time. Like, if you wanted to go out and buy it, yeah, sure, it cost more, but you could, buy it physically. And there was about 2 months later, I got a response. It took them that long to actually get back to me, and there was oh well. No, the monthly thing's just going to be, the thing for now. We are thinking about expanding to, maybe, a 2 or 3 month, subscription-based model. But no, nothing on a yearly thing. So I was like, Crunchyroll is £40 for a year, and you get a lot. You're going to get a lot. Every season they'll have, 6 or 7 new, things that they'll be simulcasting, and then they'll have titles which will just bring out randomly every now and then. They added the not over in the UK, but they added the live action, original Godzilla movie to US viewers the other day. And it's they do, put the effort in to, do stuff like that. Whereas Animax, it irritates me because you look on anime, is it UK Anime News.net or something like that? They get press releases from them, but there's no date. So it's oh yeah, what was the last one? That was it. We're releasing Red Data Girl sometime. It's but that doesn't. It's for subscriptions only.
2 months,
it was
6
alright,
months.
so when is it actually coming out? Is it going to be coming out next week, or is it going to be coming out in 3 weeks? It's they don't give a set time or anything like that, and it irritates me. And the website is, when I had my subscription, because I wanted to watch Chunibyo, 8th Grade Syndrome, as I shot it down to. They was supposed to be uploading them every week, and I'd find myself, when the episode got aired in Japan and when it was available, because Crunchyroll had it for US, when it came out on Crunchyroll, I was like, right, it'll probably be out soon. No, I was waiting a couple of days before it came out, and I was and they never made it easy to find the title that you wanted, the episode. They had the same thumbnail for every single episode, and then so you couldn't tell which episode was which. And rather than having episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, they had the names of the episodes. So I was like, how am I supposed to know what what episode I need to watch? Because they didn't even put them in order. So it was episode 3 was first on the line, and then episode 1 was 5th in the line. It's you kind of need to. That's kind of the problem over here with it's the same with distributors. Like, I feel like MVM are the only ones that actually do it right, because they seem to be the ones that are more silent about stuff, but they actually do the job properly.
Who's that?
MVM.
Yeah. I mean, like the guy who runs that, he deals with more than just anime, so I think he gets the game a little bit more.
Yeah.
What you tend to have with anime companies is like, I mean, you're seeing a lot with like the lower end ones at the moment. The business sense is just not there. Some of the stuff that they do in business, like a perfect example is probably like the Kickstarter problems that we've had with anime in the UK. I mean, I get sick of saying name, but some of the
Same.
stuff some of the stuff that they do, if I were to do that in my line of work, I would not get work again. You know,
No.
I would not be trusted to do a job again. You know, and they're very, very fortunate that anime fans are so unforgiving. The only controversy that MVM seem to have is that a lot of people didn't like the unnecessary logos on the cases, and a lot of people are actually
Alright.
petitioning for them to change that. So I mean, that's the only criticism that I can think of that they have, but I'm sure there's more. But
Yeah.
but they deal with importing foreign film, so you know, like
Yeah.
the martial arts films and stuff like that. So I think that they have a quite a strict like business sense, because they must be going through a lot of money to do that, and they actually dropped the advertising firm that Manga UK, Anime Limited, and so on use, and they do it all off their own back, and they still stay afloat. Whereas I get the impression that Manga UK are struggling financially right now. That's why they're letting is it Animasu? They're letting them eat the dinner right now. It's not a very flattering feature when a company seems to be like getting cannibalized by an upstart. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to shoot off now if that's alright. But I know, sorry, man. It's just we started late.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We've been at it for like an hour and 25 minutes, so it's pretty
So
long.
thanks everyone for coming and watching.
I guess outros. Where can we find you, Jamie?
You can find me at JamieMe Writes on Twitter and Facebook, and if you go to JamieMe.com, you can keep up with all my comic work that I'm getting up to at the moment. So that's all.
It's all
Thank you
in
very
the
much.
description.
Oh yeah.
Where can we find you, George?
Just the usual, the Twitter. At Infamous Villain in description, I think. I hope.
Yep. I'll cut you out.
That's pretty much it.
And you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/AlexDTans, Twitter /AlexDTans, Facebook ADTans, and I'm on Tumblr as well, but yeah, it's all in the description. I am planning on doing a competition for my latest webcast on Monday. I'm actually going to make sure it comes out on Monday this week. So I'm going to be giving away the first 4 volumes of One Piece, just to celebrate my 2 years of doing it, I guess. I don't really know how I'm going to do it just yet, because I don't really want, if I've got any of my close friends like just entering the competition to be douchebags, I don't want them to win it, so because it wouldn't be fair. But yeah, I'll give that a thought, and then look forward to that, I guess. Hopefully give me some clickbait if I put competition in the title. But yeah, are we actually, is Jamie gone? No,
I'm still here.
Yeah, he's being quiet. It's not used to being quiet. But yeah, thank you for watching. We had a pretty decent discussion about Kuroko no Basuke, actually. Slowly getting better at not like veering off the path of just.
Apart from that bit where you two were trying to get across who were more angry at anime.
But yes, thank you for watching. All the people watching it live, all these 6 people, and even though one of them's probably me. And I guess we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Oh, what are we going to be doing in 2 weeks' time? Will the new anime season be starting? Or
I think it will be starting. I think, or it'll be starting the week after.
Yeah.
So maybe do a preview.
Yeah, we could do like a
interested
quick half an hour preview episode, I guess. And then
Yeah, I think
the
that'll
week,
work best.
yeah, if we just spend half an hour doing that, then the week after we could do, if things are out by then, we could do a spring season podcast.
Yeah.
So sweet, right then. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.